Hi everyone, welcome back. I apologise for the background, and yes, I'm still filming on my phone. I'm actually in the cat is here. I'm not going to be able to get my new camera until at least the end of January. Totally out of my control. I can't really say much more about it than that, but yeah, I actually filmed a like half an hour podcast this morning. Put the footage from my iPhone to my MacBook, went through fine. The second time I did it, then I went to import it into the program that I edit, and it was all pixelated and choppy and not fun. So I'm going to try and make these brief, let you know my finished object, things that are coming up, and the two cows that are going to be going on in January. So you can find me in the usual places under TamsCraftyKnits, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Ravelry, and you can find the show notes for this episode in the Ravelry group. So my first finished object is my tricolour shawl. This is a free pattern by Betsy Quillen. It's pretty long. I definitely will be making another one of these, but it is a really easy pattern. There's a couple of pulled out stitches. That was almost a blocking disaster, but yeah, I didn't aggressively block it purely because I didn't have the time to do it. So next, I'm still working on the crochet blanket for the order. I have about 8 squares maybe to go on that, and that'll be done. I can seam that together. If you have suggestions on how I should seam it together, please leave those in the thread in the Ravelry group for this episode. You guys are never going to believe this. This is one of my current works in progress as of today. Get ready. What? Do you want to go outside? Can you wait a minute? Can you wait a minute, please? I know you're old, but can you wait a minute? I'm doing my first sock by Magic Loop. This is my own hand dyed yarn. It's a Bendigo Woolen Mills. I can't remember if it's a bamboo one or what it is. I can't remember, but I know it's the Bendigo Woolen Mills base. So I'm almost finished the cuff, so fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. Another project that I'm currently working on, and if you follow Claire, who is Bob Wilson 123, whoops, that just went flying out of there. See what happens when you're trying to rush. She has a Christmas cast on, and I'm making a blanket. So she does have a video tutorial and a pattern that you can download, and yeah, I just got all of my 8-ply acrylic yarns. Some of them were full skein, some of them aren't, and basically what I did was just take them up into random size cakes, threw them all in a big bag, and by big I mean big. I'll try and insert a photo here if it will let me, and I'm just going to work my way through it. I have, as you can see, it's quite big. This will hopefully fit on my bed, so yeah, I'm just using up my 8-ply acrylic yarns, and I'm using a 4mm hook for that. So I'm just going to kind of plod along with that. Yeah, that's really the only projects that I've been working on. Yeah. So cows. Let's quickly talk about those. There is 2 that is going to be coming up on my channel. One is the Amber O'Brien cow. That is going to start on the 1st of January and run until the 1st of April. So you've got 3 months to do that. yeah, almost 3 months. Whips will be allowed as long as it is less than 50% completed. Totally fine to enter whips. There's going to be a chatter thread and a finished object thread. Both of those will be locked until the 1st of January. Then I will go on and unlock them. When you post in the finished objects thread, you can just post your first thread and show people what yarns you're going to be using, that kind of thing. And then as you go along, just update your original post. Just keep updating it. Don't post a new thread every time, because otherwise there'll be so many in there. It'll get a bit out of hand. So there will be prizes for finished object thread and chatter thread. I'm going to be making up some bags and stitch markers. I don't know if I will have some more yarn in by then to dye up. I probably will. But I think I will include a skein of my own hand-dyed yarn. So, it is only going to be for shawls though. Amber has quite a number of shawl patterns. Obviously they're paid for patterns, but yeah, it's just going to be a shawl cowl only. And I am going to create a hashtag on Instagram. I have double checked the... Where are you going? Oh god. Nah! He just got his paw as he was walking past in here and pulled it. Luckily no stitches fell off. Otherwise I would have a complete meltdown. What was I going to say? Yes, it's shawl patterns only, and I will create a hashtag which I will put down here and in my thread. The next one I am co-hosting with another few Australian podcasters. All the information for this is going to be very similar to the Amber O'Brien cowl as far as rules and things go. However, with the Aussie cowl, it's a little bit different. You can use whatever pattern you like as long as it is by an Australian designer. So it's an Aussie cowl. It's going to start on the 26th of January, and I believe it finishes on the 26th of April. I will have to double check that. You can use, the rules are you have to use either an Australian pattern or Australian yarn, whether that be Australian commercial merino or Australian indie dyed yarn. So, and I forgot to mention, I'm going to be restarting my Kalara shawl for the Amber O'Brien knit along. I did end up ripping it back out again because I just was not really wanting to continue doing that at that time, so I just ripped it back. And I knew that I was going to be doing the Amber O'Brien cowl, so I'm going to be restarting my Kalara for the Amber O'Brien shawl cowl. For the Aussie cowl, I'm actually going to be using a Tin Can Knits pattern, which is the Grain by Tin Can Knits, as I said. And I'm actually going to be using a mixture of my hand-dyed yarn and Nicole's yarn, which is one of the co-hosts. So these are the 3 colours. It actually uses 4 in the pattern, but I'm going to see if I can get away with using 3. So these are the colours that I'm going to be using. This is my own hand-dyed yarn. This is one of my recent ones that I've dyed. This has got silk in it. And these 2 are superwash merino, or superwash wool and nylon. Both of these are from Nicole. This is Spiced Chai. This one is Starry Night. So I think these 3 will go nicely in the shawl. And that is a free pattern on Ravelry. So the other hosts of the Aussie cowl are Hannah, who's Rose Hip Chick, Shara from the What Shara Made podcast, and of course Nicole, who is from Yarn Laid Knits, and of course myself. So you will need to check their Ravelry groups for the rules, their podcasts for the rules. We'll probably have very similar rules, but just check theirs in case they have different ones. Again, there will be a finished object thread and a chatter thread. All the info will be listed in the finished object thread, and there'll be prizes for both of those as well. I'm going to supply again some project bags, stitch markers, maybe yarn, we'll see, I'm not quite sure yet, or I may buy yarn from another Aussie indie dyer, because I think that might be fun. So that is what is going on. Quickly before I wrap this up, I do need to mention another kind of little deal from Amber O'Brien. She recently released the Mendia, I believe that is how you pronounce it, hat pattern, which I did purchase, which is over there somewhere amongst all my other things. Just recently she released the cowl that goes along with it. I believe it was in the last week or two. And if you buy both the patterns at the same time, you get one for free. However, if you're like me and you've already bought the hat pattern, once you put the cowl into your cart, when you go to check out, it's going to minus the price that you paid for the hat. So if you paid full price for the hat, then that price will be deducted from the cowl. So you'll probably pay $3-4 or something. I got mine when the hat when it was on discount, so I get like $3 something off the cowl pattern. So that is a discount that's running until the 31st of December. So and you don't need a code for that, I believe, either. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that because her patterns are really good. They're really easy to understand, really well written, and why not have another couple of patterns to add to your library like me, who has who knows how many. So yes, that's what I've been working on. That is what is coming up. I will try and post another video on the 1st when I cast on my Kalara again, and we can have fun doing the shawl cowl. So I think that is all that I needed to tell you guys about. Thank you guys so much for watching my podcast this year and supporting my Etsy shop. I'm gonna have some things in there hopefully in January. I haven't really been sewing lately. I've just been doing a lot of knitting, so hopefully I'll have some things in there soon. And yeah, hopefully I will have my camera by the end of January. We'll see. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas if you celebrate. If not, I hope you have a nice break from school and work. Fingers crossed this video works, and I will see you in 2017.